If a man says to you, hey, let's go out sometime, you say, yeah, sure, that sounds good. He says, where would you like to go? And you say, well, where would you like to go? Boom, you're people pleasing. Never can be concerned about where he wants to go. Have a ready answer. Have a ready answer, which is, he said, well, what would you like to do? I mean, what do you like to do? Well, I like to play tennis or pickleball. I like walks. There's this favorite walk in Mill Valley Canyon. And, I like Chinese restaurants. And you pick. That's the key to this. You give him 3 options and you say, you pick. And now already he's invested in doing something for you that you would like, but you're not telling him what to do. Because men don't want to be.
And he knows whichever one he picks, you're going to like.
That's right. It's a win for me. I already assured that, there's big, how do I impress her? What do I have to do? You let him know. And you're not people pleasing him. You're creating an opportunity for him to please you. It's always about the opportunity to please you. So, and that's kind of instead of like being a wallflower and letting a man do everything, well, we want to be balanced, both masculine and feminine. The masculine side of you is using strategy to allow him to be the man. But you're actually being very masculine by having, all right, I got 3 things that will make me happy. Which do you pick? So that's a strategy which allows him to take the lead and you to just enjoy, and you will enjoy more because you also don't feel the pressure of him having a good time. You see, that's the other side. He's assured that he's going to be successful, and she doesn't have to worry, is he going to like what I picked? Because you gave him 3 things and he chose from them. And so that's the tendency of don't be a people pleaser. Realize, and when he go to dinner, you might make more money than him. You say, well, let me pay for dinner. People pleasing again. You want to give him the opportunity to do something for you, which is he pays for the bill. And if he does, if he says, do you want to split? You say, well, I'm kind of an old-fashioned girl and I like a man to pay. And he might be foolish enough to say, well, you make more money than me. I say, no. But it feels really good. It feels really good when a man takes care of his woman. And you just have to set them straight. Some men are afraid to be chauvinistic and open your car door, as opposed to, if you're on a date, stand by the door and smile. See, you want that door open for you, as opposed to rushing to the door and opening it. Any opportunity you have to have a man do something for you, just allow him to do it. And so many times women are so eager to go, oh, I can do that, or I'll do that, or I'll help you this way, or we'll do this. No, men will bond with you when they do things for you. So when you go through this uncertainty stage, it's really because the estrogen goes so high, he will naturally pull away. And if you pursue him when he's pulling away, he'll just keep pulling away further. And that's called the rubber band theory that, we've done lots of videos on that one. And so he's not going to have a chance to miss you and spring back. Biologically speaking, he's not going to have a chance for his estrogen levels to go back down because he's not connecting to a child or a woman. He's got his work, he's pulling back, or he has his hobbies, and he pulls away like a rubber band, and then he'll miss you, and then he'll have the experience of, oh, I wasn't really that excited about her, but now I am. See, this is a reality that people have, particularly men. Out of sight, out of mind, and then suddenly he gets horny, okay? And then he starts thinking about you. That's what, it's always going to be sex. Men will not always admit it because women will think that's a low-level thing. It's the biology of men, and you learn to be respectful and not be direct about it. But at the same time, you might find a man, he's a catch, and he's feeling the pressure. He should have sex on the first date or the second date, which I don't recommend. But he negotiates with you. He'll say, oh, well, don't you feel this? Oh, yeah, I feel really good with you. And well, then let's do it. Why not? Why are you so old-fashioned? You just say to him, it's a clear boundary that doesn't put him off. And the boundary is, oh, yes, every cell in my body feels it too. I just know what works for me is to go slow, and then it will be even better. Oh, no, let's just do now. Really, it will be so much better. Well, when do you think? I'm just taking the worst case scenario. Hey, what's a date? He says, I don't know, but what I do know, it's going to be great. I just need to take time, and I'll let you know. That's another thing. You don't have to be in a mystery. I'll let you know. Ironically, his ego has been fulfilled. Okay. 90% of a man's feeling great about sex is that you want to have sex with him. That's the victory, is that she wants to have sex with me. And then you have sex. Okay, that's a good experience, whatever. But it's feeling that a woman is wanting me. And more so, her desire for me came from feeling she has what she needs with me. So this is, a whole women's physiology and so forth is when you're on your male side, you're going to be less attractive to a man. When you go to your female side and you're not needy, then you're going to be most attractive to a man. So now you've gotten to the uncertainty stage. He's pulled away, he comes back, and when he comes back, you don't slap his hand for not calling you or whatever. What can you do while he's pulled away? These are all inventions from my daughter Lauren in her class, since we're talking about men, calling Understanding Men, an amazing class at MarsVenus.com. But one of the things she has women do is, if he's not calling back, don't just do nothing. Instead, go about your life, be happy, don't be needy. So you're not coming from a needy place. You're a happy woman, but it'd be happier with the man. So you just imagine in your mind that he called you up and he said, "Hey, tell me about your day." And what would your answer be? And you send him a text with the answer to that question. Just simply, "Oh," you write a text, you say, "Today I had bagels at a new restaurant in my town, and they had a cappuccino that was out of this world. It was like the room was filled with rainbows." That's it. What you do is give a real life thing and embellish it with, "And I'm a happy woman, I have a great life." And women wouldn't think to do this, because let's say she wasn't talking to me, and then we'd had a conversation, and she says, "Well, how's your day?" "I had the best day of my week. I mean, it's amazing not being with you."
That's
Really,
amazing not being with you.
I'm just so happy when you're not around me. You wouldn't do that. So you're not thinking that your happiness is actually going to make him be more attracted to you. And you could do that a couple times in a week, not more, just a couple of times in a week. Do that for a few weeks, and then taper off. And then it means it'd be next. You put in the best effort. But a lot of men, the way they think is they're attracted, particularly if they have sex, then they're going to lose interest. And if they do a lot of sex with you, they really lose interest. And then they're going to feel guilty, because women always say, "You didn't call me. Where have you been? You disappeared. You ghosted
Do
me."
you really want to hurt me?
Yeah, do you really want to hurt me? So he's been through that one before, right? That's
Right.
happened before. So now he's just going to go, "Oh, I can't call her. I feel too guilty. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to be told I was bad." And yet that same guy, if he got a few little friendly notes, will go, "Oh my gosh, first of all, she's not mad at me for not calling her. She's not needy. She's not demanding. She's a happy woman. And if I call her, I'm not in trouble. Well, then I can call her up again." Because it takes time for men to bond with a woman. And if he has sex too soon, or they have too much emotional connection too soon, he's going to have to pull away. This is all the way through marriage as well. Men, when they get really close, if I go on a weekend with my partner, have sex 6 times or something, I'm done with sex for a good week. I'm busy working. I'm not thinking about her. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm satisfied man. It's like having a meal, very satisfying. You don't think about it afterwards. But when women bond that much, what happens is attachment happens, and then they want to feel more connection. And that would become overly needy. And so men have this nice fail-safe for women to keep you from being over needy, is we'll naturally just back off for a while, giving you space to find things that make you happy. And it took a while for my wife to figure that out. But there's this one time where, I've had so many rejections and my road to success. But, ironically, while I was #1 of all books for 5 years in America, every week, #1 biggest selling book, I never received a positive print interview. Never.
Really? Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm not kidding at all. I've never received a positive print interview during that time. Now I get some occasionally. It's kind of like I'm a legend. I wrote, people have softened, but I don't get that many articles either. But during that time, everything was pushing me down. He's a sexist. He's not an authority. His ideas are old traditional. Who is he to say these things? How can he talk about what women need? Just a bunch of negativity, kind of what you see now on on the internet, how people can just spew negativity. But what
Mhm.
in people's alive is, I had my infomercial, people got to hear me talk, and TV shows love me. I was on Oprah, had me 18 times, Today Show maybe 20 times, CBS This Morning, because I'm a friendly face, and it's a feel good conversation, and you're not dealing with writers who are jealous of me being the number one best-selling author in the world.
Mhm.
Jealousy that comes out along with this whole narrative of men and women are the same, which is nonsense. And if you are a woman who's seeking help, coaching, and so forth, you want to go to Michelle, because Michelle understands that men and women are different. If you go to a counselor who does not get it very clearly that men and women are different, you will always get the wrong advice. Just put it that way. If you're looking for advice to have a better relationship, it needs to be somebody who understands that women, you want to give them different advice. You want to give men different advice based upon their different needs and perspectives. Just to give women a map of clearly breaking it down in simple terms, men are turned on to women when whatever the interaction is in the relationship, it raises his testosterone. Then he will feel more bonding with her. And when you're with a woman, when you raise her estrogen, she will bond with you. So this is the bonding aspect. And we look at the biology also. If women's estrogen is low, they're stressed. If a man's testosterone is low, he's stressed. It goes up, stress goes away. For a woman, estrogen goes up, stress goes away. And what is the most bonding experience? Of course, is a woman's orgasm. For her, massive amounts of estrogen. For men, after orgasm, he has to detach. He has to pull away. We're just the opposite. She's ready to hug more. For most men, they'll pull away. Some men just happen to be a little different from most men, and they'll feel her pulling away, and then they'll want to get close. So there are men that do like to cuddle a lot, and their wives will tell me that's too much, too much. So we want to connect. If a woman pulls away, which is detaches, a man will then go to his female side to connect. And this is what happens for women are more on the independent, is they get these men and then they say, I feel like I'm his mother. I feel like he's needy. And that's because you stay grounded in your male side. He wants to connect with you. And the only way to connect is by going to his female side, because this is the opposites come together, not sameness. So polarity is what allows you to maintain attraction.